got a good heart, man. Don't ever lose that quality about you. But you also really have to put in application as to when to be firm and when to be fair. There has to be that line and it cannot be altered. You cross it, you know where you stand. That is
I can
literally how I live my life.
I can tell you this. When I flew back and I was told about all this, I was pretty firm at the table. Trying to keep that memo for every time we're at the table and every time I'm outside. I'll be nice when I need to,
You
sure.
need to, yeah.
But I also need to be coming down on more on people harder, even if they're an enforcer.
Especially if they're an enforcer. Because Trouble, he'll be the first one to call something out and then hours later do the same fucking thing without any thought to the otherwise. And I love that dude, man. He's got a good heart. He's got a good soul. He's a good fucking guy. But I just think that not a lot of people have a really, like, studied understanding of what this culture is. Like, they woke up, decided, oh, I want to get into an MC today kind of thing. You know what I mean? And they don't really take the time to understand, like, yes, the tightness, the bond, the brotherhood, the sisterhood of the club is everything. Like, it's the glue that keeps it all working. It keeps it stick together and makes it all work well. But you throw in people that will quite honestly not give two fucks about the club law is terrible. And then and I don't mean to call you out on this, but you in trouble bringing in JB's kid under a false pretense is a fucking bylaw break. That's disgraceful as a motherfucker. I heard that didn't sit well. It's not okay. For one, it should raise a red flag that he shouldn't be in our club. Number two, the golden law of our club.
Yeah,
And I'm assuming that has not yet been situated with Junior.
I have not yet seen him.
It's a long time ago now, man. But why did we prospect him? Who's Izzy?
Take a guess.
Trouble?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that
Trouble,
happened.
Trouble said, "Oh, I want to bring him in because it's the right thing to do."
The fucking dumbest thing to do. That is so bad. And then to lie on top of it to start it out.
I was just there because I was here.
Should have called that shit out right then and there.
Yeah, I realized that.
So the problem is when you don't tell somebody the truth, you now have something that you have to turn into, a lie that you have to make factual forever.
Well, I've made it clear that the next time I see him, I'm gonna talk to him myself. I'm not gonna bullshit it, but I'm also not gonna call out Chaz because I don't need JB Jr. going after Chaz, killing Chaz.
And then why did he get prospected immediately? How does that work?
I just told you he thought that it was the right thing to do.
That should never be rushed.
Even though he I've always told people that it's it's not necessarily set in stone, but I usually like to give hangarounds at least a week to show their worth.
That's so we
Jamar
can.
got
It's super important because we need to weigh them out. We need to understand.
Jamar got prospected in 5 days because I pushed it. Because in all those 5 days he had been here, he had been doing nothing but helping us and doing shit for the club
Yeah, I
and
get you.
being supportive. That's why I pushed Jamar's. But I
Trouble did
usually
it
like
for the
to,
wrong reasons, and I'm assuming you allowed it.
uh huh, wasn't a good call, but needed.
Was not
Now
needed.
I, and now I have to do my job of somehow, well, I'm gonna tell him. I'm just figuring out how because as far as he knows, I don't know someone outside of this club told him that his dad died in a motorcycle crash or something of that nature. So I don't know how he's gonna react when I tell him that he was murdered by someone in this club.
Well, I mean, that needs to stand at the table too.
What? How I tell him?
No, him being brought in under a lie. Your enforcers pull on that shit. They're still an enforcer. Problem isn't the enforcer, it's you. Bad decisions like that get people killed. They never. They're always propagating bad shit. It's just too much. And I'm really surprised that you knew that that was going on and still didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Love you, man, but maybe those patches shouldn't be on you either. And I don't say that easily.
I always try to fix my actions. I always try to improve and do better. But then it seems like I have more mess ups than successes in the club. And it backfires on me every time.
You know what right or wrong is, Hulk. You understand that. You your problem, just in terms of my opinion, from what I see, is you're too busy worrying about what everyone will think of you with any decision that you make that you fucking neuter yourself before you can make them. A leader, a strong leader, a club leader knows that that's unacceptable. Because if anything, you hold yourself to that standard that nobody else can reach, and you'll never have that problem again.
Maybe I'm holding others back from being a better secretary than I can.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
But you let that happen. That was on your watch.
Mm-hmm.
Does the Prez know?
I actually don't know.
I mean, he would probably just shake some stick around and switch a rule like he usually does anyway, that goes unchecked. I've never heard it once in any moment before that issue was brought up at the table regarding what Chaz did. And the president conveniently pulled out his brush and swept it.
What Chaz did?
Yeah, by killing JB.
I think it was more the fact that he did it on our area, essentially.
Yeah, that was pretty fucking stupid. The whole thing was pretty fucking stupid. And then the president covered it all up because it just made his life easier because he's not around to deal with problems in real time. This is a very embarrassing club.
Yep, it is. Makes me wonder why I spend so much time here when I could be home with Jasmine.
Yeah, I get you. I wanted to
Makes me
die with a cut
wonder.
on, man. But I don't know if I want to be this one.
Makes me wonder if I want to go to the table, lay my across the table, and just leave.
It's a little bit different than that.
I know. I'm just
Okay.
being dramatic.
Okay.
I know there's more steps than just that.
Dude, I just want to see you do well, Hulk. I really do. This club needs it, and you do too. And you could be that guy if you didn't worry about what everyone else thought of who you are and just did you. You know what to do. You understand your position. You understand what being like fucking honest and having integrity and really being a brother, a sister, or a fucking family member to other people. But you, like I said, you castrate yourself, you neuter that, man, because you think so highly of everyone else's fucking opinion upon who the hell they think you are and not a single dime about what you think you are. That's why you're always going to be, moving through the dirt and kicking in ruts and shit like that and just giving yourself a hard time instead of just getting on the fucking pavement and driving normal. That person is within you. You have lost sight of that individual. And it is never, and I mean ever, too late to put that back together. Giving up isn't your mantra, man. Nor is neglecting the work you've put in. And you trust me when I say this, you will fucking scorn yourself for the rest of your life if you make that decision before you're actually ready.
Yeah. Only disadvantage I had is I didn't have friends growing up, so I never had per se the experience of people outside of my direct family all the time, all day, every day. I didn't really have friends until I really came here.
Real friends will always keep it real, and they won't judge you for who you are, nor will they tell you that you're lesser than what you actually are, just to feed their own sense of self. Real friends will be there for you through it all. Sure, you'll bicker. Sure, there'll be bullshit. Like Kira, that bitch is my ride or die. I would be lost in this world without her. When she is not around, I feel it in a very massive way. But real friends will be with you through everything.
Why do you think I've been trying to be involved more outside of just being here?
But you need to stop making a friend out of every person in the club.
I actually don't. I'm not friends with every single person in this club.
Good.
I've seen a lot of people come and go. I've only made friends with a select few. Like I'm friends with Chaz, I'm friends with Scout, I'm friends with Wildcard, I'm friends with Trouble, I'm friends with you, I'm friends with Kira. You know, there's people that the people that I'm friends with are the ones that I hang out with more, I should say. Now, I'm not gonna say that just because I don't see you as a friend, you're still considered my brother or sister, right? We're all in this club. But there's some people that I don't interact with more than others, like, for example, Harley. I don't interact with her all the time, but I interact with Trouble all the time. And Chaz, Scout, Adriana, just to name a few. You and I have our chats whenever I see you. I have my chats with Kira. I have my chats with Kendrick.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I like to, you know, build a bond with people. Karma, you and I have gone back and forth for how long? And we still talk.
I
The
consider our
shit
friendship to be pretty strong because I give a fuck enough to tell you what you don't want to hear.
and you might think I don't want to hear it, but actually I do
I know you
because it
value
helps
what I
me.
say.
I do. I don't care how sharp or soft it is. I value it because it helps me out,
Just trying to look out for you. That's all.
and I appreciate that. And I love you for that. You know that.
Yeah. Love you too,
We've
man.
had we've had conversations in the deepest moments. I still remember our conversation when we were at your house in Polito. You invited us to come up and
And you cried like a
you told us
bitch?
about everything. I didn't cry. I don't know what you're talking about. Totally didn't wipe tears off my face. But do you know why I cried?
Yeah, I know.
Karma, I don't cry.
I know.
I'm not that's I don't have emotion. Our people go in the hospital all the time. Yeah, it sucks, but you'll never see me like the others just go sit in the chair and just bawl.
I
But
know.
I give a fuck about you enough to shed a tear when you tell me something sad.
Still here, though.
I know. And I'm damn proud of it. I want you to keep telling me what I'm doing wrong. It helps me to become a better me. It helps me to improve. And you're right. I need to stop thinking so much about what others think about me and start thinking about what I can do to improve myself to better the club. Not
Just
continue.
the biggest thing, man, is just you're usually the highest ranking person in the club that's awake or around in general. Like you hold a huge responsibility because not only are you carrying the club on your back, you're carrying those above you as well. And that's hard and it's very unfair and it does not it's very disrespectful. The shit that you go through day in and day out at the expense of the absence of others who should be there to share the load. So right now, and how it's been for a fucking while, is your patches carry the weight of every officer or everybody above you. Bottom line. And that is unacceptable.
I can't tell you how many times I've complained to the others for just not being with me, for not being here with me. And me having to essentially run the club. Like, trust me, it's fun sitting at the front of the table and being at the front of the pack in the rides, but I'd much rather have times where I'm on the side of the table or in the second row or not the literal top of the mountain in the club.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's loads of times I'd like to have Jay around or Chaps. You know, I get Winter around a lot, as much as I can, which I am totally cool with. But I should have the sergeant and VP more around a lot more than the president. The president be, around, but more so just to kind of, get reports from the sergeant and the VP, not from myself.
Hmm.
I have my own tasks and my own shit to deal with, but I have to take all the information and collect it and give it to him so then Winter knows what's going on in his club, in our
Bro,
club.
I have been the president of two MCs. I have been the sergeant of a third. I understand exactly where you're coming from, but I've never allowed myself to be in that position, and I never will. And at some point, this club is going to have to snap out of this comatose ass bullshit and figure this shit out. And you're probably going to have to spur that. Because I talk too much. And a lot of people take great offense to my words because they can't handle them.
Well, I see differently. I take what you say wholeheartedly. You may not think it, but I do. That's why I ask for your
That's the only
opinions, your
reason I give them
perception.
to you. Because I know that you respect what I tell you. I wouldn't waste my time doing that with somebody who didn't give a fuck. I have better things to
I
do.
I will admit, it's off topic, but back when we were in Muir Park and the Ballas came to us to help them with that drug deal, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that was totally unacceptable on my part for trying to allow that to happen. And you told me one on one, hey, we shouldn't be doing this. It's
Mm-hmm.
not it's against the bylaws. We don't deal in drugs. You were right. And what did I do? I still tried to, set up a plan and letting him do it so close
Because
to
you're a
Mirror
yes
Park.
man, dude. You like to be helpful for people. And it's,
And I
while it's a weakness, it's also a strength. It's like a double edged sword that you just carry with you. You know what I mean? You just got to learn how to handle that. And you got to learn when to show it and when to know it. And that comes
my
with
dad
time, dude. That comes with failure, falling on your ass, figuring shit out the hard way.
my dad raised me to be very polite and respectful, and I guess in doing that, it he taught me, or I learned to say yes more than no, but now I need to start realizing that I can't just be saying yes all the time. I have to say no sometimes.
Well, when you carry the weight of the club on your shoulders, you have to analyze it from that perspective before you give anybody anything. And you got to talk to people because you're not the end all, say all of what the club does, right? There's people, there's patches, there's opinions, there's ideas, there's so many things that are so untapped that would have such substantial value into figuring whatever it is out. That's why we lean on each other. That's where that brotherhood and sisterhood thing, like where it matters, it's at the core. I've never asked somebody to ever go and hurt other people without hearing everybody out. I've never taken my clubs to war without getting everyone's input because it's valued. That's why we're here, to have value to one another in everything we do. And once we start adjudicating this, that, or the other in terms of what we're doing, and we don't have that value, then the patch holds less value as a result. Does that make sense?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm just getting tired.
I know. It's all good. You have all the qualities, man. You just gotta refine it. And someday, maybe, when you're ready, like actually ready, this could be yours. You could run this club. But you gotta put away all the pettiness and all the small minded shit to do it, because you can't lead an outlaw club and not be a fully fucking set up minded motherfucking badass outlaw yourself. Like, you can't just talk about shit, you gotta walk it.
Yeah.
And as
I think
long
the
as
one
I'm here,
thing,
man, I'll have your back. But you fuck up, I'm letting you know.
and I want you to. I don't need you to sugarcoat it.
It's never been one of my strong suits anyway, so.
Well, I know that no matter what tone you may say something, I don't take offense to it because that's how you are, Karma. That's how you've been. And I want you to keep being like that. I don't
Well,
want you to change.
that's why I have the road name I have.
You
I
said it at the
can.
table that you weren't going to change for others, and I don't want you
Nope.
to.
And if my standards are no longer, they no longer have application, then I know what to do with that. People don't want to hear things that people have to say about them because they have it in their head of who they are. And that is the most ignorant thing you can do to yourself.
Yep, it is.
But that's where growing is, right?
I know I've gained a lot of respect in this club, and I'm just really hoping that it's not because of the patches that I wear.
No, you've
Because if it
gained.
is, that
No,
is
no, 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 no.
sad.
I'll tell you what it is. You've gained respect from a lot of people in this club because you're so goddamn passive and easy. Life is easy with Hulk around. Because not only will Hulk handle it, he won't hold you accountable to it either. And I don't say that to be a cunt. So
I know.
you make it easy club wise. You make it fun. It's what people want. People will follow that. And that's why, like, being selective and who comes and actually wears our patches, puts on this 3-piece and rides in the column. Quality over quantity, my good sir. And that
I got.
comes from the correct selection, the correct people. And those are the type of people who should occupy the roles of cabinet. Those are the type of people who that should be your officers, because their blood will have such a substantial meaning when it's spelt, more so than just the regular motherfucker, because they bleed, they sweat, they cry, they whatever. This club, this cut, these patches, it has that meaning, and it is that massive. And you, sir, you do not have those people. You have a lot of lip sayers, a lot of prima donnas, a lot of fucking adult children who can't even take feedback or stern talking to without getting their fucking pussies hurt or their fucking dicks kicked in or whatever. You need to be watching Jamar, because that motherfucker is one of those motherfuckers. He's one of those people you want to fucking have.
Yeah.
100%. Smelled it on him the first time I met him. And he's done nothing but show me that every single time. He'll keep it
Well,
real, he'll keep it level, and he'll keep it legit.
I think I know what I need to do then. I think I know exactly what I need to do.
Okay?
No more Mr. Nice Guy. No more Mr. Pushover. Oh, it's fine, you know. As long as you just talk to them, it'll be okay. No, no more of that shit. No. If people were giving me respect because I was being nice and trying to make it, fun, but in a sense of not controlling how I should, it's gonna change.
Well, you'll get a really close look of who were your friends and who are not now, if that's the case. That'll be very transparent very quickly.
And if people, I'll learn real quick if people still respect me after the change. And if they don't, then I know that they were just trying to show respect to get by.
Like I said, Hulk, it all comes down to that line you draw and what side has what meaning and where you stand on it. Because if you're going to
Well,
let people just step over it and step over it and step over it without nothing, then you're just teaching them that you're just a carpet and they can walk all over you.
well, it's like you said, if I want to run this club one day, I need to have a whole nother mindset of what I have now, not be a pushover, not be someone people can walk on or have a fuck up, break
Trust
this,
me, you're
break
going to
that.
want to
Oh,
break
it's
that
fine.
mold now in case that ever does happen because it's going to be nearly fucking impossible for you to write your image at at that point.
Yeah.
You're the only cabinet that's ever awake, dude.
Yeah. I feel like I'm representing the entire club, the entire people above me.
Yep. Carrying a lot of burden.
It is. It's a little stressful, but it's something that I have gone up to, so
Well, you know I got your back, so whatever you need, let me know.
I will because
I have no
again,
problem being a wicked fucking mean ass cunt dude to whoever.
whether it's sharp or soft, I need your advice sometimes, Karma.
I got you.
Listen, I'm gonna go back inside and fucking fall over.
Okay.
Hopefully on a couch. I can't promise it'll be on the floor.
Go home.
I don't have a fucking vehicle here. I
I'm
don't have
I'm
no.
sure we have I I'm sure we have something that you can ride. It's a
Let me go
clubhouse.
digging in. Let me
But
dig
go
in the
home and
garage.
fucking be with your wife and get a good night's sleep and just separate yourself from this shit for one evening, dude.
You know, I haven't slept in 4 days. You know
Why?
why? Because this club's been on my mind for 4 days. 4 days, 4 nights. It's been on my mind. Just
Hey,
go, 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 go.
this is where you put you first, right?
I'm like Elon Musk in the Lost. I can't shut the brain off with this fucking club.
Killing me, man.
The
But
man, well, I mean, true though. The man thinks about Tesla all day. I'm thinking about this club all day, every day.
no, I get you.
I gotta find a way to flip the switch and turn the club off for at least fucking 9 hours.
You just gotta do it, dude. Realize that you are not the orbit that the club fucking follows. You know what I mean? You are just a part of it. You're entitled to the same luxuries that other people have.
And maybe I need to start being harder on my enforcers. So, say if I do take a day or two at Jasmine, shit doesn't fall apart.
100%. Your enforcers need to learn what the fuck an enforcer is.
I'm, I love trouble to death, but I need to have a,
Yeah, you need to put his ass on a hook and
I
fucking
need to
lure
have a
him
sit down
in
with
on
him.
occasion to make sure that he's being a good little bait.
You know, it's funny whenever the cops show up and do this and do that, and trouble gets mouthy with them. I try to, I tell him to fucking to stop.
Yeah, but he's
into
just like, and then he'll go
back
off
down.
20 minutes later and have a fucking speech about how we shouldn't do that, blah, 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 blah. And it's all just fake as fuck.
Well, if I'm gonna tell you this from now on, I'm gonna call him out on it because personally, I'm not afraid to call out anyone in this club.
Do
Really,
it.
I've called out Winter.
Do it respectfully at
Well,
first.
obviously, I'm not just gonna scream at
I'm
him.
just saying, like, just fucking pull him inside, be like, hey, you and I have had this conversation. What part of what I'm telling you are you not able to comprehend? And how many more chances before I'm just going to stop talking to you and I'm going to put action against what you're doing? You know what I mean?
Yeah. How well did that go in Caliber MC?
We didn't have these problems, man. We were always busy, always working. These problems never came up. Fuck, man. Most of these problems, never even seen them in Vikings. And we were a big fucking club.
Yeah.
And we were feared and we were fucking respected because we were always out there dealing with people, talking with fucking people, policing our neighborhoods and catching fucking burglars in the act in our fucking homes and fucking taking care of them and just making a statement, dude. That when you came up to our fucking neck of the woods and you fucked around, we had no problem teaching you who we were in whatever manner we deem necessary to do so to get you to understand never to do that again if you were able to even leave it.
Yeah.
So go get a bike and go home and go to bed. We'll chat again soon. But most importantly, Hulk, keep your fucking head
I
up.
I enjoy our chats as much as it sometimes kills me because it's the truth, but I'm open for it. I want to hear it. I enjoy it.
I appreciate that, man. I seem to
Let me
have
see
a
what I
lot
got
less
in the
value
garage.
than I have in the past recently, so
You said what?
I said I feel like I have quite a bit less value in what I tell people or say anymore. So it's nice to know that somebody appreciates it.
Well, that's their perception, Karma. And until the day, I will always take what you say to heart
I
and
know.
listen and respect it.
People just misconstrue and they play the card. You know what I mean? When I
Well, you
call
know
them
why
out
that
on shit.
is?
Yeah,
You know why
because
that is?
yeah,
Because no one but you tells them that.
yeah.
So the second they hear someone like you say that, they're like, "Oh, well, Hulk wouldn't say that," or "Oh, that's not very nice," even though it's the truth.
Or oh, she's just being a bitch again.
That's why your fucking name is Karma.
Uh-huh, exactly.
That's isn't that not your job?
That is my mantra. That is who I am.
And that's why
Fucking
I
ask Kira, she'll tell you.
and that's why I love you because you 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 give a fuck enough to tell us, but you also aren't gonna sugarcoat it.
No, I can't. To me, that just feels like I'm not being genuine. Like I'm telling you a lie. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I'll be goddamned if I'm that person.
Let me see real quick what I got in this garage for a bike.
Yep, yep. You need to go to bed. Fucking dumbass.
Hey, what'd you say?
I said hurry up, dumbass.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I said fucking dumbass.
Fucking okay, there it is.
Fat fingers. There you go.
It's not mine, but it'll do.
Ride well, brother.
Love you.
Love you too, man.
We'll talk again later.
Yep, yep.
All right, be safe.
See ya. Please learn from this, man. fucking let it sink in, please.